Welcome back, everybody. Hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. There's been a lot going on this weekend. Why it was baseball opening day, obviously, this past week, and I was down in St. Louis this weekend. I was able to actually go to a game there. So I'll talk a little bit about my weekend here in a minute, and also have some pictures to show you too on from the trip itself, and also a really cool part of the trip. But man, it's been busy with the basketball Final Fours going on. The women's championship just ended. So I was able to watch that one recently. After I got back. Men's is tomorrow night, which should be a lot of fun. I saw that my favorite soccer team fired their coach today, which is long overdue in my opinion. So I was happy to actually see them moving on there and recognizing the errors in their way. I just hope that they make a smart decision on who they bring in, because Chelsea deserves to have a competitive manager of noted ilk, if you will, coming into that club, because they deserve, and the fan base deserves it. That's what they're actually trying to go for, is big titles, not try to get mid-table. Anyway, so as you can see right before you, I ran the half marathon this morning down in St. Louis, which was the purpose of my trip. I thought that would be kind of cool to share until I just saw that Ryan from Breakout Cards ran an ultra. Kudos to him, man. I can't do more than a marathon, nor do I really want to, and he's did an ultra today, so kudos to him. But I was pretty happy with my half marathon performance down there. I've been working on training for it for the last 16 weeks, and the weather couldn't have been more perfect this morning for racing. Feel free to look up my time if you will. There's my race bib right in front of you. It was, I think I did a 136 something, and I can't remember where I finished in the pack, but I was pretty happy overall with it. So anyway, I was down there for the marathon primarily, and but over the weekend, I actually went down on Friday and actually was able to see the St. Louis Cardinal Museum. So I attached some pictures from the museum at the end, and I just got to say, it was the biggest collection I've ever seen of like team-specific memorabilia, and that includes like me going to the Packer Hall of Fame this past summer. It was really impressive, and it's really like on the same level, and you could say that the Baseball Hall of Fame is, in the way that it was set up and the quality of items that were in there. Just so many items, like from seeing like the game used bats from like the Gas House Gang. Like Joe Medwick's bat was in there, and his uniform and things like that, as well as like Dizzy Dean and personal items, and going all the way into like modern day, a lot of stuff from Albert Pujols and Yadier Molina, Wainwright too in there. Just really impressive collection of items, and it was really well put together in their new complex they have that's adjacent to the stadium. Stadium that's been around now for a little over 10 years, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Just quite a gem in the Midwest, for sure. I think it's one of the better new stadiums that I've had a chance to go to so far. And not my first game that I've gone there, but the first time I had a chance to go to the Hall of Fame. And then we went to the game on Saturday when we were there. It was really cold and really windy because the big storm moved through Friday night into Saturday, and the remnants of it were just like a lot of wind and clouds on Sunday. But we saw the Cardinals win, which was kind of exciting. They won 3-1, and man, the games move fast now. So that was the first game I had a chance to experience in person since they made some of these rule changes, and you could feel it. We were done in 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours of a pitching duel. In fact, Jack Flaherty was also pitching a no-hitter through the 6th, but he'd also walked 7 guys, so he didn't have much left in the tank, so they had to take him out in the 7th. And it was a lot of fun. Actually, they won 4-1, now I think about it. So that was a lot of fun watching it, and I think they won again today, if I'm not mistaken. So now they're 2-1, and the White Sox have had a great start. I'm really impressed that they were able to split with the Houston Astros. So I'm really happy that they're off to a good start as well. So anyway, at the game itself, they had their giveaway item coming in was, you got this thing that says a mystery pitching bobblehead. And it was going to be either Albert Pujols or Yadier Molina. So you had Pujols on one side, you can kind of see it there, and then you had Molina on the other, but you didn't know what it was. So when we walked into the stadium, we opened up the boxes and saw that we had 4 Yadier Molinas and no Albert Pujols. So quickly you could tell that was the case for everybody else. We all started like wheeling and dealing. It seemed like the gate that we went in was all Molina bobbleheads. So we went down to the next gate, and people were coming in there, and they had all Pujols bobbleheads. So I was able to get one of each in here. So I'm really excited to have both of these guys here into my small yet exciting bobblehead collection. So I'm happy to add those in. And then that was cool enough. I went to the gift shop and we got, I got a new Cardinals jersey, actually. My wife was nice enough to buy me an Albert Pujols jersey that they still had in stock from the end of last season. And I got the last one that was in my size, so that just was meant to be. And then I also picked up a St. Louis Browns hat, being inspired by going to the museum, because they did have a little bit on the St. Louis Browns too. So it was not just the Cardinals, but it was like St. Louis baseball. All right, so I had some stuff in the mail in the last week. I'll just get a chance to show that off real quick. Some stuff that I personally purchased. I got, I saw this, put this one in a video the other day, but I finally found and was able to pick up the Jim Thome gold card from 2001 Topps. So I've been making a lot of progress there. And then I picked up a couple semi-stars. I picked up Greg Vaughn. I know it's a name that's kind of lost on a lot of people now, but Greg Vaughn did have a season where he hit 50 home runs. He was with the San Diego Padres and followed it up with a 45 home run season with the Reds. Actually was at a game when he was with the Reds against the Cubs at Wrigley Field, and he actually hit a home run out there. It was fun just watching his batting practice. And then, of course, you're talking about 2001, you got to get the guy who had the game-winning hit, but also a guy that's got some pretty good stat line as far as outfielders go for his era, Steve Finley. So I picked up his card and added him into... Actually, no, this Finley didn't do it. It was Luis Gonzalez. I stand corrected, but Steve Finley definitely had a very good career. So I stand corrected. He did not get the game-winning hit in the 2001, so no need to correct me in the show notes. And then finally, I got a couple of things. I'll save the bigger item to the end. But I got a stack of cards from a viewer, actually, contacted me, reached me out through my email address, which is in my show description notes, if you ever want to email me and kind of reach out to me. But his name was Rick. He actually is a vintage collector in the area, but he also had some cards that he thought I might be interested in. So we kind of talked about it. He was watching my 2001 collection, 2001 Topps Gold collection, and he sent me this little note with the cards, and we were able to kind of talk about a couple cards that I needed for him. So I'm happy to kind of add them, but he also had some other White Sox cards that were kind of interest. So that's what we got here. So starting with the, let's do the Topps Gold last, but we'll tell the other cards that we were able to pick up, which was, one was Ozzie Guillen's 2005 Topps Gold card. Again, that's the year they won the World Series, so that's a really nice little addition to have in the collection, I think, personally. Had a gold collector's choice with a gold signature. I guess these were a little harder to pull. I'm not sure what year this was. It was like maybe 95, I think, when it was done. Yeah, 95. So it's 95 collector's choice with a gold signature. Kind of looks kind of cool on there. And it looks like they were wearing the Chicago American Giants hats at that time when they were honoring Negro Leagues. So that one was one we negotiated on. Got a 95 select Robin Ventura. It looks like it's a certified edition. Not sure what that means, but it looks like certified, maybe gold edition. Yeah, it says in the back, Mere Gold. So it must have been like some parallel they had in there. Pretty cool looking card, I think, in all. We were happy to be able to negotiate and pick that one up. It really kind of pops on there. It's a really cool 90s item. Got also another Robin Ventura. This is actually a refractor from Finest from 94, I believe. So that's a really cool looking card. You see how it kind of shines and captures the light in the background there. One of the better third basemen in their history in my mind. So we got Ventura there. And then we got some Joe Crede stuff. So this is actually a really cool card. This is a black parallel from 2005. Now that would be a cool set to put together as a White Sox fan, because they're all numbered out of 54. They're all black, obviously, so it kind of fits the team colors for sure, and it was the year they won the World Series, so that would be a really cool set to be able to put together at some point. Obviously, the Frank Thomas card probably being the most expensive of the bunch. I don't know, see those come up all that often, just in auction, not that I've been aggressively trying to pick them up. And we got this weird, it actually is a home run card contest, I guess, for the All-Star game in 2007. I guess if Crede hit a home run in the 2007 All-Star game, he potentially could have won his jersey, but it's also a numbered card. So I guess there was 1,000 opportunities to be able to do that if he actually won and send this in. So I don't know if it is you get one for sure, or you just get a chance at it by like sending the card in. Either way, it was kind of a cool one to add. And here we got some more Topps Golds. We got Troy Glaus, big time home run hitter during his time at third base. Take over there. Galarraga with the Atlanta Braves. a couple league leader cards that we were able to negotiate on. I haven't really been aggressively pursuing these because there's players on both sides. So here you have Darren Ernstead on one side. This is the league leaders, I believe, for hits, if I'm not mistaken. But we have Todd Helton, I think is a future Hall of Famer on it. Here's one I like to call the Balco card because we have Barry Bonds on the front for leading the National League in walks. And we got Jason Giambi leading the walks in the American League on there on the back. So that's the Balco card. And then we got Mark McGwire, Golden Moments card, another steroid card on there. I have a hard time getting his other card, his main card, but at least I picked up this one finally. So thank you so much, Rick. And then finally we got Joe Creedy one more time. It's his card from the base set. I already had his traded set, but now we have that one too. So that was kind of a really good deal, kind of getting all those together. And it was great just being able to meet Rick and get a chance to talk to him about the channel, about collecting in general, and just other things like baseball related. All right, and then finally, the other thing I got picked up was an offer I got on eBay, so I had to kind of jump on it when it came through. Was, whoop, don't break it. Was another Diamond Star card. So I got a 1935 Diamond Stars, Tony Piet. He actually played briefly for the White Sox, played for 9 seasons. I'll probably do him later on, kind of talking about his life. But this kind of go with the set, and I'm pretty excited to be able to add this in. So I think I'm up to 19 cards in all of the set. So it's pretty good start to it so far this year. All right, that is what I got to show you guys today. So I hope you really enjoyed it and have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.